This is Water Valley Blue Devil Classic Football. This game features the Water Valley Blue Devils and the Leland Cubs. This first-round Class 2A playoff game was played on November 8, 2002 at Leland. The final score was Water Valley 7, Leland 0. And now here's Doug Carter and Lane Hart.
Here come the Blue Devils onto the field. We were talking about this just before game time. This being one of the only a couple of fields, I think Lane said, that it runs east-west in the state. Most of them run north-south. So we're with it running east-west, the wind coming out of the south, it's coming from behind us. So it makes for an unusual situation. Normally it would be blowing down the length of the field on any other field, whereas this one, it's a crosswind.
Right.
Which could play havoc with some long passes. All right, and the Blue Devils are going to receive this one first. Back deep to receive, I see number 13, Casey Rogers, number 10, Charlie Edwards, along with number 6, Reggie Morgan. Set to kick it off for the Cubs of Leland.
Well, Doug, I think it's going to be important now, especially since you're playing on the road in a playoff game. I think it's important for whatever team comes on the field first. In this case, it's going to be the Blue Devil offense. And I think it's important for them to come out and establish themselves, put together a little drive, try to get some field position here, and take the momentum away. Not a big crowd over here on the Leland side, but they're making a lot of noise.
Aldavian Somerville will kick it off for the Cubs, number 52. Maroon and white are the Cubs' colors. Royal blue and white for the Blue Devils. And we're about ready to get this Class 2A first-round playoff game underway. There's the whistle. Somerville comes forward, gets a foot into it, drives it deep toward Reggie Morgan. He catches it at about his 10 and brings it up the field. Reggie breaks it out into the open, bringing it all the way up to about the, let's see, that's going to be about the 40-yard line, I believe. 41-yard line of Water Valley, where the Blue Devils will start with excellent field position.
Well, it's kind of strange here, Doug. For some reason or another, this field doesn't have numbers painted on it, and it don't have hash marks painted on it. So it's going to be kind of hard to tell.
Only thing on it is Cub prints.
And your yard markers for us to have to read is going to be on the opposite side of the field, up on the fence there.
So bear with us. They hand it off first back through, and that's Rico Gillard. Rico takes it up to about the 44-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play.
Let's go back to that kickoff return there, Doug. That was a great return there by Morgan. It gave the Water Valley the great field position, and then Rico Gillard there on the first play from scrimmage picks up a good 4 yards. And I think the key tonight for Water Valley offensively is when you have third down, try to have 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 2. Don't get yourself in long third down situations.
Different kind of formation than what the Devils have been using. They go back to the power I. Gillard running out of the tailback slot along with Corey Williamson at the fullback slot with Pierre Allen and a wingback on the right side.
Well, you got to figure, Doug, that the films that Leland has watched, Water Valley has gone with the double wing, single back formation. So you figure they have spent most of their time working on that formation. So you come out here, you throw them a little bit of a curve ball here, and just try to kind of maybe catch them off guard a little bit. Big play right here, 3rd down now and about 4.
Rocket spread out wide to the left. Offset I. Rogers pitches it out to Gillard on the corner. Gillard gets enough for the first down as he brings it up to over midfield to the Cub 46-yard line. 1st and 10 Blue Devils.
And number 48, Corey Williamson, is down on the ground. It's going to be an official timeout here.
Timeout for an injury, and we'll take a break and be right back. 1st and 10 Blue Devils from the Cub 46-yard line. Rocket out wide to the left. Now we go to the double wing back, single back formation. Walter Fleming in at the fullback slot. Casey hangs one up for Solo Rocket, and it's broken up by the Cubs number 12, Derek Wright. Solo almost came down with that one.
Doug, there again, you saw kind of how that wind kind of played with that ball, kind of made that ball flutter a little bit, hang it up in the air a little bit. So there's no doubt this wind is going. It's not just going to play an effect in the kicking game. It's going to affect the passing game.
Brandon Hawkins in the game now. Official timeout.
I think it's equipment over there on the
got an equipment problem for
right
one of the
cornerback over there. Yeah.
One of the Cubs. Brandon Hawkins is in and to wide receiver slot out wide to the left. You've got the double wing. Well, now they're going with this one wing back formation with Fleming and Gillard in the backfield. Fleming your fullback, Gillard at the tailback slot. Pierre Allen as a wing back on the right side. Rogers back to pass, looking for Hawkins. A hook and ladder play that Gillard caught, but he was hammered right at about the 35-yard line, close to first down yardage.
Well, Doug, it was set up good, and it was defensed pretty good too by Leland, but still it was set up good enough to where it could have been a big play. But when they pitched it back, he threw it behind Rico a little bit, and he had to slow down to be sure to catch it. Still a good play now. You got third and short, and then third down about 2.
Third down and 2 for the Blue Devils from the about 36-yard line. They give it to Gillard. Gillard still on his feet and driving down inside the 30-yard line to about the 26. And another Blue Devil first down as the Blue Devil ground attack grinds into action.
I like the fact, though, that we saw, you've seen Water Valley now throw a couple of passes. I like that fact because it gives them balance.
First and 10 now from the 26-yard line for the Blue Devils. Rogers on a delay quarterback draw goes down to about the 20-yard line, pickup of about 6 on the play. That's going to bring up a second down now and about 4 for the Blue Devils from the 20-yard line. Devils driving down the field to the west, the wind coming from their right.
This play's coming in a little bit late.
Driving to the east. Brandon Hawkins in now, out to the left. Double wing formation. Pierre Allen in motion. They give it to Pierre. Pierre over the left side. Takes it down close to the 15-yard line. He's going to be close to a first down, depending on the spot of the ball.
Well, Doug, now you're down here in field position-wise now, where you're looking to 4-down territory, but now they've given them that was good enough for the first down, so you've got 1st and 10 now.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line now for the Blue Devils as they move the chains. Rocket into the ball game, out to the left now.
First down.
Single wing back right. Rogers on the delay again around the right end, and he is tackled there by number 50 for the Cubs, and that's Lamar Knight.
Yeah, that play was a little bit slow in developing, Doug. I think we were just a little bit slow on the blocking of it. I think 54, Stephen Hill, was a little bit late getting to his block, and so we wound up picking up just about a yard on the gain there.
Second down and 9.
I think so far, too, Doug, one thing I've noticed that's kind of been a big advantage is the offensive line is getting a good push off of the ball. Just the initial push coming off the ball is getting them 2 or 3 yards.
In motion, Pierre Allen going over the left side, and they were waiting on him when he got there to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that. About 3 of the Cubs were waiting on him. They had read that one pretty well. Third down and 9.
Excuse me, now you done got into this situation now. It's third down now, about a long 8 or a short 9, so you're 3rd and long. So if you're going to go for it on 4th down, you need to pick up a good chunk of this right here. You need to pick up 6-7 yards right here.
Rocket out to the left. Lee Mix is your lone fullback. They send Rico in motion. Rogers rolls to his right and rolls out of bounds for a loss back up around the 20-yard line.
That penalty is going to be on Water Valley. We had 2 men in motion. Pierre went in motion and then Rico jumped.
All right.
Oh, you hate to see this here, Doug. What we were talking about, you had to play a solid game, and Water Valley's had an excellent drive going. They had a great drive going, and now it's been kind of stalled a little bit, and this penalty is not going to help matters none.
Let's see, the penalty will be against the Blue Devils, so they're going to mark it illegal motion against the Blue Devils, and they decline it and take the play. They're going to take the loss of down. We only lost about 1.5 yards on that play, but they take the loss of down as opposed to giving the Blue Devils another down.
Well, this may come back to bite them, but I agree with the play. You create a 4th down situation. If they don't get it here, it's your ball. So
overloaded right side. Rogers back to pass. Heaves one up toward the middle of the field. Did Rocket come down with it?
Incomplete.
Incomplete. And the ball goes over to the Cubs on their own about 16-yard line. And the Cubs defense holds. Cubs will take over now on offense.
Well, now it's going to be important now, Doug, that Water Valley hold Leland where they are. Try to force them to punt deep out of their own territory. Good job there by Leland's defense by forcing the drive to stall, because the Blue Devils definitely had the momentum. But they've got 1st down now, fairly deep in their own territory. I can't exactly see what yard line it's on.
Going to be about on the 16, close, somewhere in that vicinity, or maybe the 14. Hand the ball off straight up the middle, and they take it up for maybe a gain of a couple of yards on the play. I'm thinking that was number 2 on the carry, being Marcus Moten, the tailback.
But we don't have the best view in the world, so kind of the thing that I'm having to gauge against as far as how many yards I'm watching the down marker over on the other side of the field. Now we've got a real good look at that in the chains.
And believe it or not, we got some Water Valley folks over there on that chain crew too.
Well, you bring 2 from each school. They kind of try to balance it out as best as possible.
Rolling, looking to pass, throws the pass, and it's incomplete. That was your quarterback there, number 5, Demario Webb, and it was intended for number 21, Clyde Pinckney, the tight end. Incomplete. That's going to bring up a 3rd down now at about 8.
This is a big play here, Doug. Now you need to get a stop if you're Water Valley, because ball's on about the 16. That means he's going to probably wind up, if they hold him here, punt it about inside the 5, right at the 5, maybe inside the 5-yard line.
And Walter Fleming jumps for the Blue Devils.
Once again, Doug, that's what I was talking about earlier. You can't make these stupid penalties here. This is just lack of focus, lack of concentration. And now instead of 3rd down and now about 8, now it's going to be 3rd and 3.
Offsides against the Blue Devils.
3 yards for a 1st down.
3rd down now, 3rd down and about 4 after the penalty marked off. Ball resting on about the 21-yard line.
And, watch for the same thing again here. Watch again for the hard count.
2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers left. Handoff up the middle, and he's going to have enough for the 1st down, I believe. That was number 33 there on the carry, Tremaine King. 1st down, Cubs. Ball on about the 25-yard line.
Well, you can contribute that 1st down to the penalty, because Water Valley kind of made it a little bit easy for them there with that offside penalty.
1st and 10, the Cubs now from their own 25. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left, single back in the backfield. They hand it off to number 2. That was Marcus Moten, and Moten was tackled over there by Jeremy Rocket. Downfield, had a man open, and he just overthrew him. That was Webb. It was intended for Bradford Blue, and it was just out of his reach. 3rd down now and 9.
Once again, here's an opportunity now for Water Valley to hold them here and force a punting situation.
3rd and 9.
Need 10.
And the Cubs are forced to call a timeout. Here on 3rd.
Funky formation here now. Be awake here.
Everybody lines up over on the other side. And, and the snap goes over his head, and he is surrounded by Blue Devils. And El Trico does not work.
Really can't understand why Leland would try to do something, that deep in their own territory. I can understand if you had the 3rd and 9 across the other side of the 50 in Blue Devil territory and trying to pull a stunt like that. But to do it deep in your own territory, now it's really going to, that changes the complexity a great deal. So he's going to wind up having to punt the ball inside the 10 now, whereas he could have been punting it up about the 20.
4th and about 20. Snap is back. Kick is away. Ball's going to land at about midfield, and Rogers.
Doug, there again, that's a perfect
lucky.
example where
lucky.
the wind tricked Charlie, the wind tricked Casey. Charlie was coming up to field that ball, but when he got up there to field it, the wind had actually blown it over toward Casey. And if I was either one of them, if I couldn't come up and make a good, clean catch, if I had any doubt whatsoever, I wouldn't even try to field it right here.
Let it go. Ball resting on about the close to midfield. No, make it.
It's actually
on the 45 of the Cubs.
Leland, yeah.
Double wing back set. Rico in motion. They hand it off to Pierre coming around the other side. Pierre still on his feet. And he gains about 3 yards before he's thrown back.
That's a good job by Pierre. He turned something positive into nothing because Leland had penetration in the backfield, and they just flat out missed the tackle.
Like we say, gain of about 3 on the play. 2nd down and about 7 now for the Blue Devils. Nothing to nothing is your score here. 2nd offensive series for the Blue Devils. Charlie Edwards in motion. Penalty markers on the play.
Flag on the play.
Looks like it's going to go against Water Valley. They may have been in motion again. Yep.
Illegal procedure against the Blue Devils.
Doug, I'm wondering, and I don't know this for sure, but I'm wondering if the wind is having an effect on whether the players can hear Casey. Because just like we have our headphones on, that wind is blowing through those ear holes of those helmets, and it sounds just like it's going right through your helmet. It creates a lot of noise.
Rico Gillard takes it down inside the 45, down to about the 43, where it will be 3rd down and about 7.
3rd down.
I mean, the people at home can probably hear the wind hitting our mics. It's kind of the same effect in a football helmet because of the open ear hole. And it comes through that ear hole, and it creates that same kind of noise that the people at home are hearing. And I'm wondering if it's having an effect on whether the guys can hear Casey's snap count or not.
I formation. Rogers back to pass, looking for Rocket. In and out of his hands. He was open. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 7 now from about the 43-yard line of the Cubs. And that's going to bring the punting team out, Charlie Edwards and crew. Edwards gets the punt away, a deep driving kick, gonna land at about the 10 and roll, and it's rolling deep in Cub territory.
Inside the 5.
That's gonna be down around close to the 5-yard line. Can't tell for sure exactly where, but it's going to be definitely inside the 10.
Looks to be about the
4-yard line. Nice punt there by Charlie Edwards as he angled it toward the corner and pins the Cubs deep.
Excuse me, Doug. This is a golden opportunity now for Water Valley's defense to really put the pressure on the Cubs of Leland. If you can hold them to a three down situation here, force them to punt out of their end zone with the wind like it is, you just never know what kind of break you might get here. great opportunity here now to keep the momentum field position-wise.
Webb hands it off to the first man through. That's number 33. That's going to be Tremaine King. King gains about 6 on the play. Call it 2nd and 4 from about the 10-yard line.
Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
0-0 your score. Webb takes the snap, hands it off again to
good run there. That's going to be a first down.
I believe that was King again.
First and 10, Cubs.
Tremaine King on the run. Takes the ball up to about the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cubs as they get out of the shadow of their own end zone.
I tell you one thing right now, Doug, and I'm not saying that they're not trying hard, but I don't see Water Valley playing with a lot of emotion. I don't see people out there excited about playing.
Hand it off to, I believe it's going to be King. You know, that was number 2, Moten.
Left side.
Moten gains about 3. Call it 2nd and 7.
Second down.
Second down and 7 for the Cubs. Webb on the sweep play, caught up in behind his own blockers, and he gains a few yards.
Well, that's what we call the old student body right, or in this case, it'd be student body left. They just pull them big offensive linemen out there, lead them running backs. Quarterback just keeps the ball.
And he picked up only about 3 on that play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 4.
Watch the ball here, Doug. Watch the hard count. Watch them trying to pull you off sides.
Okay.
Probably going to be the last play of the first. Yeah, they're going to sit there and just let the first quarter run out.
And that is the expiration of the first quarter. Your score is 0-0 in here between the Cubs and the Blue Devils. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this. Bring it up close to the, it's going to be close to first down yardage. They may take a official timeout to measure this one.
It's going to bring up an interesting call, Doug, if they come up short. From my angle, it looked to me like he had it, but and again, our angle's a little bit off. Tell you, I think there's a little bit of concern there here on Coach Drury's part, and as far as the defense goes for Water Valley. Leland's done found a little something here. First down.
First down for the Cubs. Ball resting on about the 25, I think.
Well, Doug, I mentioned during the break, just from what it looks like to me, that Water Valley's just getting shoved around a little bit. Leland's not doing anything fancy. They're just snapping the ball and handing it off to the running back and just getting behind his offensive line and just bulling through there for 4 or 5 yards.
First and 10 Cubs on the 25. Hand it off to Moten. Moten tried to break it to the outside. And the Blue Devils tackle him, but not before he gets to close to first down yardage up at about the 35. First down for the Cubs. Ball resting on about the 35-yard line. They hand it off to Moten once again, and Moten is held up there after a gain of about 2 by the Blue Devils.
I think Water Valley needs to kind of to play with a little bit more intensity, Doug. I don't see the intensity that we've seen the past couple of weeks from Water Valley, a pretty good play there. Held them only just to a minimal gain, but Leland's just coming off the ball, and it's just kind of man on man, just bullying it up through there.
2nd down and 8 now. Back to pass. Oh, my goodness. Incomplete pass. I don't know who he was throwing that one to, but.
Well, I think his intention was he was going to throw it to one of the running backs out in the flat, but we had it covered. Had it covered real well, and right when he got ready to throw it, he saw that it was covered, so he tried to hang on to it, and it wound up falling in front of him. So it's an incomplete pass.
3rd down now and about 8 for the Cubs. Number 10, Bradford Blue, out to the right. Another receiver to the left. Different quarterback. Oh, my goodness, what a hit by Charlie Edwards. Now, that's what you want to see.
Well, I think maybe that'll be what kind of lights the fire, so to speak. That's really the first stick we've really seen tonight, and you saw Casey and them come in a little bit excited, a little bit pumped up after that. Maybe that'll be what lights the fire a little bit, because I don't feel like Water Valley's played with the intensity that we've seen these past couple of weeks.
That was the tight end Pinckney throwing that ball, and it was intended for another one of the backs, and just about the time the ball got to him, Charlie Edwards hammered him in the ribs. The punt is off. Rogers, it gets away from him and rolls out of bounds. Luckily for
I'm telling you, Doug, we're fighting these punts with this wind. I don't think you really need to make an attempt to catch it unless it's just right to you and you know you can field it clean.
Ball goes out of bounds at about the 30. Well, they're going to mark it at about the 28-yard line of the Blue Devils, where we'll take over 1st and 10 after the punt.
Good job there by Water Valley's defense, though. Leland got a little something going there. Was able to get 3 or 4 first downs there. Mounted a little bit of a drive, but they forced a 3rd and long, and they were able to end the drive and force a punting situation. Now Water Valley needs to try to get back into some kind of field position here and try to get that advantage back.
Rocket to the left. Single back in the backfield. Double wings. Gillard in motion. Rogers hands off to the first back through. That was, let's see, who was that?
It's Lee Mix.
Lee Mix.
Lee's in for Corey. Haven't heard anything on Corey. Maybe we can find out something during the halftime what exactly wrong with Corey. But just from the way it looked to me and the fact and how they took him off the field, I really don't think you'll see Corey back tonight.
Second down now. And about 7.
Second down.
Gillard in motion. This time they hand it to Pierre Allen coming over the other side. Allen takes it up to about the 36-yard line.
Just got to do a little bit better job, Doug, of staying with our blocks. I don't think Water Valley quite stayed with the blocks on that play. And Pierre, once again, did another pretty good job of picking up some positive yardage because it looked like it was going to be for a short gain, but he was able to pick up a couple of 3 or 4 more.
3rd and about 4 here for the Blue Devils. I formation in the backfield. And penetration into the backfield, and they wrapped, that was Pierre Allen up for a loss. Going to bring up 4th down at about 5. Charlie Edwards coming into the contest now with the punt team. Got a man coming on the field late, and we're gonna get a delay, a penalty.
Once again, Doug, these are stupid penalties here. These are penalties that you cannot make in a playoff game.
That's gonna go from a 4th and 5 to a 4th and 10.
Water Valley was 2 men short.
Instead of delay a game, it's illegal procedure. Edwards now will punt on a 4th and 9. Snap back to him. Oh, Charlie, a low line drive. It's going to be down at about the 46-yard line of the Cubs. And this is probably the best field position that the Cubs have had so far tonight.
I tell you, Doug, it's just really turning into a defensive struggle. Both offenses are a little frustrated right now. And a lot of it has to do with both teams' defense. They're the ones that's causing the frustration.
.7:39 left to go in the first half of play. 0-0 is your score. And it off the reverse goes to 12, and it's there.
Oh,
and
wow,
he's
what a
tripped up
great
Brandon
play.
Hawkins with a shoestring tackle of number 12 there.
I tell you, Doug, if Brandon don't make that play, it was there. It was going to be big.
Derek Wright on the reverse, and they wind up gaining only 2 yards out of that.
Water Valley's very fortunate there. Very fortunate. They didn't have contain over here, and Brandon just made a great athletic play.
Receiver right, receiver left. I formation in the backfield, fullback very close. And that's who they give it to, number 20. And they grabbed him at the point of attack. He was able to get loose and come back around, and they were able to tackle him before he gained maybe another yard. He ran directly into Big Josh Sims and Matt Jackson and somehow bounced loose from him. And then the rest of the defense tackled him after he spun around. 3rd down now and about 7. Official timeout. We got some equipment troubles. Had to come out of a flak jacket or something, or
I think it was just some kind of ankle support.
Something had come loose and had to come off.
Big play here now, Doug. It's another opportunity here for Water Valley's defense to force a punting situation for Leland.
Receivers left and right. Fake, covered, tackle. Excellent play there by Reggie Morgan as he came up on run support.
Now here's where you have to be kind of leery, Doug. 4th down now, about 5 or 6, but the ball's resting at about midfield. This is good territory for a fake.
Lamar Knight back in punt formation. Back to Knight. He's looking to kick it toward the corner.
They're trying to kick it away from Casey.
And they kick it out of bounds, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the, let's see, that's going to be, it's hard to see without it. It's hard to gauge lines with having to look over on the far side.
About the 20.
22? Or is that going to, no, that's going to be the 27.
Yep.
27-yard line.
5:33 now, Doug, to go in the first half. You still got plenty of time to try to get a score on the board here, but I think more than anything, Water Valley would just kind of like to get some field position back. They had the field position advantage the whole first quarter. Leland's had the field position advantage the whole second quarter.
Actually, we called it right the first time, the 22-yard line. Rogers hands it off to Allen. Allen over the right side. Allen gains about 3 to 4 yards on the play. Make it 2nd down and 6 now. Ball resting on about the 26. Give the ball straight up the gut to Rico Gillard, and Gillard almost broke it. First down, Blue Devils, as he takes it all the way up over the 30 to the 35, almost about the 36-yard line, actually. First and 10, Blue Devils. Nice run there by Rico.
Remember now, your clock will stop on the first downs. Water Valley, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, should have all 3 of their timeouts left.
4:29 to go in the half. Nothing. Blue Devils on the move. Rogers breaks through. Takes it all the way into Cub territory, down to about the, let's see, that's going to be the Cub 45-yard line. First and 10, Blue Devils, as the slippery Casey Rogers goes up through the middle and gains some yardage.
Well, one thing Doug Leland's doing is they're putting about 8 people up there in the box. So you really got to do, as an offensive lineman, you really got to be sure you pick up your gap blocks. And once you break that initial surge, if you can get into the secondary, then you've got a good chance for a big play because you've got behind all that defense.
Once again, Casey Rogers looking for running room, and that time they cut his feet out from under him at about the line of scrimmage. Not much of a gain, maybe a yard, probably not even really that. Second down now at about 9.
And not only are they lining up 8 about the box, they're sending about 7 of them.
Blue Devils come out of the huddle. Line up now. Rocket out to the right. I formation in the backfield. Rogers back to pass. He hangs one up down the sideline, intended for Rocket. Rocket goes up, and it's intercepted by the Cubs down at about the 15-yard line. Intercepted there by number 25. We'll take a break and be right back. All right, we're back now. Cubs have intercepted the ball, their ball on the 15-yard line. First and 10 coming the other way. Penalty markers on the play as that ball goes to Moten there. See what the penalty flag is. Came in from the backside. Holding against the Cubs. Number 25 will go for the Cubs. Making that interception was Carvin Felston.
Well, the thing is, Doug, if you're going to throw that fade route, then you've got to throw it to the outside. You got to give Solomon a chance to at least jump up and get it. That ball was thrown to the inside, right? And that goes right to the defensive player's strength there because he's playing the inside.
3:02 to go in the first half. After the penalty, the Cubs are back at their own 5-yard line. Or roughly. Maybe it ain't, well, maybe it's closer to the 10. Hard to gauge from this angle.
I think it is close to about the 10, Doug.
They hand it off to Moten. Reverse play again. Flag on the play. Oh! Josh Sims took him out of his shoes.
Folks, that even got the attention of the Leland Cubs fans. In case y'all just didn't hear, that oohing and ahhing was their fans oohing and ahhing about that.
Ooh, illegal procedure against the Cubs. And folks, if you couldn't see that one, we heard it all the way up here. He unbuckled his shoestrings.
Now, I think what Water Valley's going to do here, Doug, they're going to decline this penalty because the game was extremely minimal, and what you're trying to do is get the ball back on downs now. So it's going to be a decline the penalty, and then it should bring up second down and long.
They're still discussing it with the defensive captains.
It took a long time to come up with that decision.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Well, what Water Valley wants to do here, Doug, they've got all 3 timeouts, 2:52 now to go in the half, and Leland's pinned pretty deep in their own territory. They want to try to get a stop, and at least if they have to punt, make them punt it deep in their own territory maybe you get a break or two there, maybe a bad snap or something, and then you'll have a short field to work with.
2nd and 15. The Cubs try the middle again, and it's no go.
Now there's another penalty on the field, Doug, and that's going to be on Water Valley because Lee Mix didn't get off the field in time.
Well, there was a lot of indecision into who they were going to send on the field. Charlie Edwards and Josh Sims both were talking to the coaches, and they sent both of them in, and then somebody taps Mix on the shoulder at the last minute to tell him to go out, and he didn't quite make it off the field in time. They're discussing this particular penalty now with the offensive captain for the Cubs, seeing what they want to do. Too many men on the field. I think
now they had 2nd and 15. You had it great, but now you just gave them 5 yards without the clock running at that.
2nd and 10. 11 in at quarterback. He rolls out looking for some. Oh goodness! Russell Phillips had him by the shirt tail and he got away, and then the rest of the defense closed in and tackled him out of bounds over here on the close near sideline. 2:10 left to go in the half. There was minimal gain, no gain actually on that play. 3rd down now, and still about 10.
Clock stopped with 2:10 to go. The clock will start on the snap. If you can get a hold here, Doug, I think if it were me, if I can hold them right here and force the 4th down, I think I may burn a timeout here. Because you've got 3 left, but go ahead and burn a timeout and get the clock stopped and try to set up some kind of punt block maybe or some kind of return.
First man through, and the Devil defense closes in on him there. That's Matt Jackson along with Jeremy Rocket on the tackle.
Now, if you're going to go punt block, that's fine. But the last thing you need to do is don't rough the punter. Just pick you out a spot where you think the punter's going to stop and go to that spot, but don't rough the punter.
4th down now and about 7. Snap is back. High snap.
Good punt.
Gets a punt off, and they're just going to wisely this time just let this one bounce and roll. And we may have had a problem there if Charlie Edwards didn't get that football. That hit his heel. Blue Devils recovered it. Charlie was able to turn around and get back on it. And that is just extreme good luck for the Blue Devils. Because as Charlie tried to get out of the way, that ball nicked him on the heel, a la what happened to the Mississippi State Bulldogs in the Auburn game.
Well, once again, Doug, I mean, Water Valley's making some critical mistakes at critical times, and you just don't do that in the playoffs. And this is the postseason. You're supposed to have all that out of your system.
1:29 to go in the half. 1st and 10 from midfield. Straight up the middle goes. Okay.
I think you're going to have a penalty against Water Valley, Doug. I think once again Water Valley was in motion. I really believe that they cannot hear the snap count because of the wind.
That's entirely possible. You've got 2 flags on the far side, but that was a late hit there. I'm sorry, right at the very end when they hammered Rico, and he's extremely lucky he didn't get called on it, and that's what the coach just told him.
I think we got a timeout here, Doug. I think Leland's called a timeout.
Timeout, and we'll take a break. 1:23 left to go here in the first half of play. 0-0 is your score. Blue Devils have the football 1st and 15 from their own 45-yard line after the penalty assessed off. Blue Devils at the line. And the ref blows the ball in play. The Leland coach exits the field. And we're ready to go. 1st and 15. Charlie Edwards in motion. They pitch it back to Charlie. Heaves it downfield, intended for Rocket. Double coverage. And Solo almost was able to recover and catch the tip, but it was incomplete.
Well, Water Valley was lucky there, too, because Charlie threw a duck. I mean, that ball fluttered.
It was quacking from the time it left his hand. Second down and 15 now from the 45. Brandon Hawkins in the game, out wide to the left. Mix and Edwards in the backfield. They give it to Charlie Edwards straight ahead. Charlie running hard. Football pops loose, but the Blue Devils, I believe, were able to recover. Penalty marker on the back side of that play. Let's see what that's going to be. Let's see what the call is. Well, maybe they're going to pick it up. I'm not real sure. Illegal procedure against the Blue Devils again.
I'm serious, Doug. I don't think they can hear Casey. I just don't think they can hear Casey doing the snap count.
All right. Mark play off. And that will bring up 2nd down and 20. 1:06. Pierre Allen in the game now at the tailback slot. Rocket to the right. Rogers looking for running room on the right side, has it. Don't know whether he got out of bounds or not. He was headed in that direction. Got about 12 yards of it back. Evidently he didn't get out of bounds.
Water Valley burns a timeout here.
Blue Devils. 49.9 seconds left to go. Rogers hands it off to Pierre Allen. Allen looking to gain some gain. He's tackled inbounds after he gained only a couple of yards. That's going to bring up a 4th down and about 6.
Now, if I'm Coach Drury here, I think with 36, going up 35 seconds going to half, I think I just try to let the clock run out if you can. If you
Leland takes a timeout. We'll take a timeout with him, and we'll be right back. 32.3 seconds left to go in the first half. There's a penalty marker landing on the field. I ain't real sure what that's about. It could be a delay of game, although we just came out of a timeout. How can it be?
and the ball hadn't been blown in play either.
Yeah. What's that flag about? Unless it's only thing I can think of would be.
Here we go.
Okay.
That is illegal participation.
Too many men on the field against the Cubs.
They evidently either came out on the field with too many men, and that changes things considerably. Now, it probably don't give Water Valley the 1st down, but it gets them pretty doggone close.
That changes the situation from being forced to punt to possibly going for it here on 4th and a little over.
I think the Blue Devils are going for it here, Doug.
I believe that will definitely be the case. If for no other reason, you make and run the clock out. Because I don't think Leland has any timeouts left. They do not. Leland burned their last timeout. Rogers straight ahead to Lee Mix. Mix still on his feet.
Good run there by Lee. That's a good 10, 12-yard pickup there, Doug.
Yep, picks it up, and the
clock stops now with the moving of the change, but Water Valley now is called timeout here.
Timeout, Blue Devils. Rogers rolls to his right. Quick pass, hook and ladder play that doesn't work, and I believe the Cubs recover.
Poor pitch.
The hook was complete, but the lateral was not.
Threw it behind him.
10 seconds left now for the Cubs. And let's see if the Cubs come up with a bomb or if they just decide to take a knee and run the clock out. So the way things have gone tonight, you might be wise just to take a knee. .3 seconds left. And penalty marker on the play.
What else is new?
I don't recognize it. Whatever it is, it's against Leland. That makes it 1st and 15. Or first and 15.
And that's going to do it. The clock's counting, but that's going to be it. They're not going to run anymore.
No, they're going to run. The clock is going to run out. And there it's going down, down, down. Now it's going to expire. And there it is. That's the end of the first half of play. Your score, 0-0. All right, here we are, beginning of the second half of action here, Class 2A playoffs between the Water Valley Blue Devils and the homestanding Leland Cubs. 0-0 at halftime. The Cubs won the toss and deferred to the second half. Therefore, they will receive the kickoff here to start the second half.
Now, Doug, we're fixing to find out if Mr. Tim Ham, and it looks like I was talking to you before the game that I had caught a report that Tim Ham was going to do the kicking off tonight, and they were going to kick it. This is what I call watermelon style, and it looks to be the case. He's just going to run up there and try to kick it as hard as he can. It's going to low and hopefully a little low and skip and hop and skid and go off a couple of players here and maybe get lucky. Now, the important thing here is the return team has to stay in their lanes. They can't just take off and start running for the ball.
All right, and now we're about ready. The officials getting into their positions. There comes the whistle. And Tim drives it down the field.
Just like
and
that.
they miss it. They pick it up, try to run with it, and the coverage team is there. And he is bulled out of bounds at about the, about the 30-yard line. Well, no, make it about the 26. 1st and 10 Cubs.
Well, Doug, I said during halftime when we were kind of summarizing the first half, I think it's going to be important now for Water Valley's defense to come out here, set the tone, and play with some emotion. We saw a couple of good sticks there toward the end of the second half, a couple of good hits by Water Valley's defense. I think they need to play more physical. I think they need to come up and be more aggressive and be more physical.
And the Cubs break the huddle.
Trips to the left.
Single receiver right. Tomorrow Webb on the option keeper. Takes it up to about the 34-yard line, close to first down yardage.
Well, Doug, what happens there is when they line up trips to the left, you have to kind of adjust your defense to the shift, to the quote-unquote unbalanced, so to speak. And what they did then is they just ran a little fake there, a little fake to the up back, and then just ran the quarterback around the corner there.
Single receiver, they hand it to the close man there, and he just has nowhere to go as Matt Jackson and Josh Sims wrap him up.
Now it's going to bring up now, Doug, this is a big play now. This brings up 3rd down and about 4.
3rd and about.
Need to watch the hard count here. Need to watch trying to draw you off sides. Don't move till the ball moves. This is a great opportunity now to get that 3 and out we were talking about.
In the shotgun, snap. No, fakes the pitch. Breaks a couple of tackles. Albert Horton tackles him at about the 45-yard line. after he gets the first down. That was Marcus Moten on the carry. First down Cubs. Ball at their own 45-yard line.
Well, Water Valley had a chance to make the play initially, but as you said, Doug, a couple of missed tackles there, and it results in a first down now.
Pitch it back. Penalty markers on the play. Number 20 on the carry there.
That's going to be coming back. That's going to be holding.
That's Somerville.
Tell you what, now they've ran that play twice. They've ran it to the left and to the right of Water Valley's defense. Water Valley seems to be having trouble adjusting to that play. It's just kind of like a halfway option, so to speak. He's got the ball out there. And he's wanting that defense to commit to the up back. And right when they do commit, he just boom, flips it out to the running back.
Ball went all the way down to about the 40-yard line of the Blue Devils, but that's going to bring it back. The penalty marker brings it back. And that's going to mark it off. All the way back to the 36-yard line, where it will be 1st and 20. Or thereabouts. 1st and 18, something like that. 1st and 19, call it. Slot receivers to the right. Quarterback on the option. Ooh, he took a lick there as he went down, as I believe it was Jeremy Rocket came in and hammered him.
Lee Mix was in on that tackle too, Doug.
Brings up second down now and about 18. Ball resting on the 37-yard line.
This play's coming in a little late, Doug.
Yeah, this one they better hurry, or they're gonna lose this one to a delay of game penalty. They're gonna lose some more yardage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're not gonna. There comes the flag. They're not gonna get that one off. No way. Too slow in developing. Delay of game penalty against the Cubs. That's gonna back them up another 5. Ooh, boy, that makes
it just seems like that when both teams get a little something going offensively. For example, Leland come out with a new play that we didn't see in the first half, and it's worked for them, and they get a little momentum going, and then bam, you get the holding penalty. Now you got the delay of game penalty. Now you got second down and 25 yards to go for the first down.
Slot receivers to the right, single receiver left. In the quick screen pass out to the right, to completed there to number 10, Bradford Blue. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Gets about 10 of those yards back. And that's going to make it third down now at about 15.
I'm going to tell you, Doug, I really believe, especially after the first half now and kind of seeing how we started shaping up here in the second half, I think field position here is going to be the key to whoever wins this football game.
Back in shotgun formation, rolling to his left, under pressure. And he's knocked out of bounds by Mix and Rogers at the 49-yard line of the Cubs.
What a hit, man, what a hit. I'll have to give the advantage to the quarterback of Leland. I think he dished out a little bit more there, but boy, what a great hit. You fans at home got to see it right there in front of us, and you could hear that up here. Fourth down now, and this is a big play here, and it forces Leland to a punting situation.
4th and about 6. He's back in punt formation, high snap. Almost was blocked. Josh came real close to that one. And it takes a Leland roll all the way down to about the, let's see, it's going to be close to the 20 where they're spotting it.
Well, I know you don't like to see it, just see Water Valley let the ball roll. I've had a lot of folks tell me how that frustrating it gets. But especially in a playoff game, if the receiver, if the punt returner, in this case was Casey, if he's not confident, if he doesn't feel confident that he can field it clean, then you don't need to field it. You don't need to risk it, especially that deep.
and with the wind blowing the velocity that it is, it makes things difficult. I formation in the backfield. First offensive series, you go to Rico Gillard, try to go in up the middle. Not a lot there.
Bring up 2nd down.
Brandon Hawkins comes in the game with the play. 2nd down now and about 8. Hawkins goes out to the left. Straight ahead, that was Gillard on the carry. See. Gain maybe 2, maybe 3 more. 3rd down now and probably about 6 for the Blue Devils. Mix at fullback, Gillard at tailback. Pierre Allen at a wingback. Once again, they hand it off to Gillard. There comes a penalty marker in from the backside.
That's going to probably be holding. That flag was thrown by the umpire, so that's an indication it's going to be holding against Water Valley.
Holding against Water Valley is the call. They may decline this penalty and force the 4th down.
I think they're going to take it. I think they're going to accept this penalty.
Well, the coach is signaling back them up. And that is what they do. The holding call backs them up now.
Well, Doug, you don't like the holding call, and it's going to create 3rd and long, but it does. They're giving you another down anyway. It's going to create now 3rd down now at about 13.
3rd and 13. Rocket in the ball game out to the left. Rogers back to pass, under pressure, gets it off. Just a little low, he had his man open. Intended for Rocket.
This is going to really swing the field position here now. This is going to swing the field position back to Leland.
Charlie Edwards comes into the game. Charlie will kick from probably about his 10, maybe not quite that far up. Snap back, gets a kick off, hits it about the 45. That's number 20, picks it up, got some room to run, and before he's finally tackled, wait a minute, there may have been was there a fumble? There was a scramble at the bottom of the pile. Evidently the Cubs came out from underneath the bottom with it.
Boy, the pressure's now really on Water Valley's defense now. Leland's got great field position now to start this drive here.
1st and 10 for the Cubs from the 20-yard line of Leland.
Water Valley calls timeout here.
Timeout Blue Devils, and we'll take a break and be right back after this. Six minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter of play. 0-0 is your score. The Cubs have the ball 1st and 10 on the Blue Devil 20-yard line after the punt return. As the officials wait now for Coach Drury to exit the field. There goes the whistle. Cubs in shotgun formation. Back under pressure. And he throws it away to avoid the sack. And there comes the penalty marker.
I think that's a good call, Doug. I think that's going to be intentional grounding.
Very well could be. See what the call is going to be.
I mean, he had a receiver, but the receiver was down there about the 5, and he just threw it straight in the ground.
See if that's what the call is going to turn out to be.
Yep.
The intentional grounding against the Cubs.
If I'm
is the
not
call.
mistaken, that's going to be
that's loss of down,
loss
too,
of
is it
down.
not?
I mean, he had a receiver downfield. It would look to be about at the 5, maybe the 10-yard line.
He threw it in the ground about
but he
10
threw
yards in front of him.
Yeah, he just threw it straight down in the ground.
Whoa. Good Lord. That's second down and a whole bunch.
Second down.
Need to watch for some trick play here now. Watch for something kind of tricky, maybe something kind of cute.
Shotgun formation in the backfield. Fake. Oh, Lee Mix with a hit. The quarterback was faking, he put the ball in number 2's middle section, but was holding on to the ball, waiting till the last second to decide whether to go ahead and give it to him or pull it back. And when he pulled it back, Lee Mix greeted him. Third down now and about 36. Ball resting now back at the 36-yard line of the Devils. Hand it off. And he just fumble on the play. Blue Devils recover. Didn't see who picked it up.
First turnover of the night, Doug.
First turnover of the evening, that's true. Was that your log? Yep. You got to have that. First and 10, Blue Devils going the other way with 5:21 left to go here in the third quarter. Nothing, your score.
Let's just see if that could be the spark to get this thing going in Water Valley's direction here.
2 receivers out to the left. Rocket and Hawkins. They hand it off to Gillard, and there was all kind of penetration into the Water Valley backfield that time by Leland. There was about 4 guys back there.
I really believe that 8 in the box is really creating some major frustrations with the offensive linemen up front.
Gain maybe a yard. Call it 2nd and 9.
And we mentioned during one of the breaks, Doug, at halftime, that's probably maybe one of the reasons why we haven't seen the speed sweep, because they're lining so many up on that line of scrimmage and they're blowing gaps and then getting penetration.
Straight up the middle, that's Gillard, and he just has nowhere to go.
Well, I'm going to tell you right, on these first 2 plays, Water Valley's getting outplayed a little bit by Leland's defensive line.
Third down and 10. As the Cubs defense answers the Water Valley defense back. See what the Blue Devils can come up with here. Gillard and Mix in the backfield. Casey checks it off. Rogers cuts it up the field, and he's going to have enough for a first down.
That's a big conversion there, Doug, because it looked like Leland was starting to get a little momentum defensively. Their crowd was getting into it. That's a big conversion right there. It gives you a new set of downs.
First and 10 for the Blue Devils from their own 44.
Excuse me, 3:53 and counting here in the third.
Rogers swarmed under.
Play just looked a little bit slow in developing to me.
At about the 47-yard line. Gains about 3 on the play. Call it 2nd and 7. Straight ahead to Mix. There's a penalty marker on the play as Lee gets down close to first down yardage.
Thrown by that umpire. You know what that's going to be.
Penalty marker on the play. Holding call against the Blue Devils. Negates a nice run there by Mix.
Well, Doug, we also talked, too, about the possibility if they're lining up 8 in the box, then that quick hot pass could be a good play. If you could complete that 1 or 2 times, pick up 10 or 12 yards on that play, that could back them off a little bit.
Ball resting on about the 38-yard line. Second down and about 15. Rogers rolling to his left. Has the receiver open. And he dropped it.
Well, it wouldn't have been enough for the first down if Solomon makes that catch, but he at least gets the penalty yardage back.
Third down now, third down and 15. Casey and Charlie coming into the ball.
We'll have to hurry to get this play in. This play's coming in late.
This may be the hot route right here with Charlie in the ball.
Not going to get it all. I knew it. I knew it. Just too slow getting the play in. Too slow getting out of the huddle.
Delay a game penalty call against the Blue Devils. And that's going to back them up some more. And that'll take it to third down now. And about 21 or so. This time they hand it off, and that one was just well defended is all you can say about that by the Leland Cubs.
Good job by Leland's defense. They held Water Valley after the turnover. Great job by their defense.
Fourth down now, fourth down at about 21. Once again, Leland should come out of this with an excellent field position. 2:13 to go in the third quarter of play. Penalty marker on the play, right off the bat. And he's pointing at one of the Water Valley players. I don't understand why, but
they called delay game. I don't understand that one.
Illegal substitution.
It wasn't an illegal substitution. The referee gave the indication of a delay of game.
how can he tapped the
And he was specifically dealing with number 22, Jeremy Rocket.
and he sent him out of the game. Lord only knows. Fourth in the bunch. Charlie Edwards gets a nice driving high kick away. Hits it about the 42. They're going to reverse it. But, oh, no, no, no. Casey Rogers says, not today, partner. And plants him at about the 40.
Well, I'm sorry, Doug, but it's evident that the defense this is a defensive struggle tonight. the game is in the hands of both teams' defenses, and it's just going to be which offense can get the big play.
First and 10 for the Cubs from their own 40 or thereabouts. And number 53 for the Cubs all of a sudden jumps offside.
Well, Doug, what they were trying to do there is they were trying to draw Water Valley offside. It's evidently that the count was going on 2, or they were trying to hard count, and the Leland offensive lineman jumped.
He was pointing across the line at the Blue Devils, but it's going to be against the Cubs. And back them up 5 to make it 1st and 15. 1:45 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 0-0. Trips right. Draw play. Josh Sims and Lee Mix grab a hold of him. And
that's going to be a face mask against Water Valley.
Penalty marker on the play. The question, is that going to be the inadvertent or the big one? Should be the inadvertent. Face mask is the call against the Blue Devils. Let's see, is it the 15 or the 5? It's the 5-yarder. That's what I thought.
Not automatic first. Well, it was first down anyway, but so it's going to remain first down.
Well, no, now they've changed it to 2nd.
But this referee's saying first down here.
Okay.
It's first down. It's first down.
Pitch it out. And nice hit there by Rogers and Albert Horton. They knock him out of bounds. At about the 41-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down now and about 9, or 2nd and about 8.
Coming up on a minute in the 3rd quarter.
This has been a pretty fast-paced game. It went by pretty quickly. Of course, no scoring. Trips right. Man in motion. Fake the handoff in the quarterback option, and Mix, Tim Ham, and Jeremy Rocket drive him in the ground.
That's one thing, though, Doug, that I've seen here in the 2nd half. It seems like got an injury to Water Valley.
Third and 8. Draw play. They slow him down enough, and no gain on the play.
I actually think he lost a yard, Doug.
Yeah, he actually did lost 2. He lost back to the original line of scrimmage. Tim Ham was able to get a hand on him and slow him up enough to where the rest of the Blue Devil defense could come in and stop him. And that's going to bring up a 4th down now and about 9.
And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
3rd quarter is coming to a close. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. 0-0, still your score. We'll be back with the 4th quarter after this. And we're back. Casey Rogers able to catch this one. This time as they kicked it directly to him, and he runs it back into Cub territory at about the 46.
That's a good point, Doug. Casey was able to field it, and he got about a 20-yard return off of that. Got the ball over in the Cub territory. Great opportunity here for Water Valley to start the 4th quarter. Good field position here. You just feel like if they could just pop a big play, a 15, 20-yard gain, kind of a big play, it'll slow some of this pressure down by Leland's defense.
Slot receivers to the left, Hawkins and Rocket. High in the backfield. Rogers to the right. Pitches to Gillard on the corner. Gillard down the sideline. And he's all the way down to about the 20, make it the 15-yard line where he's knocked out of bounds. And just as you call it, Lane, they break the big one.
That's what you needed. You just needed some kind of big play to kind of to give you some momentum.
The pitch was made absolutely perfectly. It caught Rico where he caught it right at his shoulder in full stride going down the sideline.
Well, it was a great read there by Casey. Casey forced that defender to commit to him, and he waited till that defender to commit to him, the quarterback, and he was able to pitch it to Rico on the corner.
Rocket and Morgan to the right. Penalty marker. Now, what is this?
Flag.
Illegal procedure against the Blue Devils again. Now, He threw that before they even got under center. I'm at a loss. How can it? What procedure are they violating before they even snap the ball?
It's got to be something equipment-wise. You know, I don't know. I don't know.
1st and 15. Pitch it back. Gillard, there's a fumble on the play, and Lord knows that ball was loose. Who got it? I believe
Leland got it.
I believe the Cubs did.
And that just took away what momentum you had.
First and 10 Cubs back down in their own end on their own, let's see, close to their own. Well, I can't see the yard markers over there for all the folks standing blocking my view. First and 10 for the Cubs. And the Blue Devil defense once again has to stand tall. They run it over the left side. Penalty markers on the play that time.
Boy, this game is really getting ugly with penalties. I mean, it's about every other play you got a flag.
Let's see what this one is. Holding against the Cubs.
The only good thing about it is the majority of Water Valley's penalties have been 5-yard penalties.
The bigger ones have been against the Cubs.
Yeah, a holding penalty here, that's going to be from the spot of the foul, and that's really going to back Leland up. That's going to be 10 yards.
Good. Ooh, they backs them all the way up close to the 10-yard line. Holding call against the Cubs. They mark it off from the spot of the foul. And that makes it first and, about 22, somewhere along in there. Cubs snap it quickly. Try to run straight up the middle, and you just not hardly going to do that against the Blue Devils. I'm sorry. Folks have tried it all year and have had no success at it much. Second down now. Second down in about 20. Cubs break the huddle now. Into the fourth quarter of play. 0-0 is your score. This game could very well hinge on a turnover or something of that order. They hand it off, trying to make the corner, and he is tripped up as he tries to turn the corner.
Oh, great. That was a great job by Water Valley's defense right there to string it out, never let him get his shoulder square to the line of scrimmage, never let him get his momentum going forward. Great job there for stringing it out like that. It's going to bring up third down and extremely long here.
Third down now and about 16. And you'd like to hold here and force them to punt from deep in their own end to try and regain the field advantage.
Leland's going to burn a timeout here.
Timeout, Leland. We'll take a break and be right back. The Blue Devil defense has held the Cubs now. They're facing a third and about 16 situation here. Now let's see if the defense can hold here and force a punt on fourth. And nope, that was not going to work.
They tried some kind of hidden ball play, Doug. The quarterback tried to act like and hide the ball or something. Great job, Water Valley defense. They weren't fooled. They stayed at home. And this is another golden opportunity here for Water Valley because they're going to get the football in good field position once again.
Fourth down and about 16 now, and he's going to be kicking from close to his own goal line. Bad snap here could be critical.
I think he's right on it. I think he's right on it.
High snap. Gets the punt away. Charlie Edwards catches it at about the 40. Goes to the outside, got a wall, cuts inside, down the sideline, and he's tackled out of bounds. Let's see. Wait till see where they're going to mark it at. As we look across the field, that's going to be close to the 20-yard line, if not inside of it.
I think it's on about the 15, Doug.
Could be. I can't see the yard marker on the far side of the field, It's going to be, if it's not the 20, it's the 15. I'm not sure which.
I'm trying to look at the line, Judge, here.
It's going to be the 20, I'm thinking, from where the yard markers are set and where the goal post marker is on the far side. 1st and 10, Blue Devils. Rogers hands it off to Gillard. Gillard straight up the middle.
And Water Valley can pick up a first down without scoring. Looks like if they can get to about the 5, it looks like they'll have a first down. That's where they got to get to for the first down.
He picked up about 6.
Timeout,
timeout Cubs. 9:02 left in the 4th quarter. 0-0. Blue Devils with the ball.
All right, now after the debate during the break, we figure the ball's on about the 10, right?
2nd and 4 from the 10. First down yardage, you get to the 6. They give it to Gillard. Gillard inside. He's thrown back, but he gets some yardage, I think, out of the play. Don't know how much. Picks up maybe another couple of yards. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 2.
Long 1, short 2, yeah.
Charlie Edwards into the ball game now. On a 3rd and 2.
Looks like we may be gone to an unbalanced look here.
Give it to Rico over the right side.
Maybe a little short, Doug. You may be just a little short. Oh, they're motioning first down.
They're motioning first down.
1st and goal.
1st and goal on about the, let's see. He's just inside the 5, I believe. Going to be about the 4.
Well, I'm looking at the down marker on the other side off the corner of the end zone there, and you're about right, Doug. It's either going to be about the 5, maybe on just in between the 5 and the 6.
They give it to Gillard off the left side. Rico Gillard,
touchdown!
Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Well, one thing Doug, I mean, I know it's been a frustrating night for Water Valley on offense, but the only thing you can do is just keep going, keep digging, keep fighting, and persevere, and they did this time here. Drake Dickey's now is going to kick the extra point, and in this close kind of a ball game, this extra point's huge.
Out of the hold of Casey Rogers. Snapped it back. It's up. And it is good. And that makes the score the Water Valley Blue Devils 7, the Leland Cubs 0, and we'll take a break and be back for kickoff right after this. Tim Ham comes out with the kicking tee. See if he can get another good kick like the one he did the last time he kicked off.
Well, the important thing, Doug, is you just don't want to kick it out of bounds. You know, kick a 40-yard ground ball right down the middle.
Well, that basically is what he did. He kicked a line drive. He caught it just right and sent it downfield about 40 yards, just about 2 foot above the ground. Another one like that would be just wonderful. There comes the whistle. Ham comes forward, drives it again down right down the middle. Good kick. They pick it up at about the 30 or so. And Shannon Crow and Tim Ham tackle him. That's at about the 30, right at about the 30-yard line.
All right, now it's important for the defense, Doug. Water Valley's got the momentum now. Leland's crowd's kind of out of it a little bit. And it's important now for Water Valley's defense to keep the pressure on. Keep tough right here. 3 and out would be great.
1st and 10 now for the Cubs from their own 30-yard line. 7:57 to go in the contest. 7-0 Blue Devils.
New formation here, Doug. We see shotgun now.
Shotgun, new quarterback also. Back to pass. Has a receiver open. And he's tackled after he gets the first down.
That's a good point, Doug. It looks like this quarterback may be a little bit more athletic, and they're trying to roll him out here a little bit.
Antonio Garth, number 11. First down, Leland at their own 41-yard line.
Hey, what they did on that play, they just sprinted out to the left, and they just drug a backside receiver across the middle.
Rolls to his left, looking downfield, under pressure, throws it back to Knight, who tries going up the middle, and he's tackled. He gains maybe 3 or 4 yards out of
That's
that.
a little screen play, a little middle screen play, Doug. They roll to the left again, throw it back to the middle toward the screen. Pretty good defense there. They only picked up about 3 or 4 yards on that play.
Well, actually, it's going to turn out to be they picked up about 4. Call it 2nd and 6. Biggest thing, the clock is rolling under 7 minutes.
Oh, that's just it's plenty of time now. The thing that Leland has to be worried about, though, they only have 1 timeout left.
Garth takes a snap. Oh, and there's a penalty flag down right at first down yardage.
This could be holding on number 50 for Leland.
There's a penalty marker down.
Well, it's going against Water Valley.
Personal foul?
I think he roughed the passer.
Okay, roughing the passer called. And
it's a big penalty there, Doug. You're going to tack that on, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you tack that on at the end of the play. Give Leland a lot of credit, Doug. They're coming right back down the field. And I think it's important. I think that's what they have to do. They have to answer this drive here.
That's going to bring up a first down now. Once they move the ball on down, close to the on the Blue Devil 30-yard line. 1st and 10 Cubs on the Blue Devil 31-yard line, it looks like. Garth takes the snap, fakes it, keeps it.
Doug, he didn't mean to fake that. I think he intended to hand that off, and he just missed the handoff.
And luckily for him, he slid and hit the ground, because if he hadn't slid when he did, he would have got hammered into the ground by number 9, Albert Horton.
Important point to make here. He stayed in bound, Doug.
Definitely.
6:05 and counting.
2nd down now and 9.
I think once this, if this possession by Leland goes under 4 minutes and it comes to a 4th down situation, I think you're going to have to go for it.
2nd and 9. Garth still in at quarterback. Takes the snap. Rolling left. Under pressure. And the pass was broken up. Intended down there for number 10. Charlie Edwards, I think, got a hand on it.
He did. And he almost picked it off. The ball, he had to kind of reach back behind there, but he was there in position. 3rd down now.
3rd and 9 now. And the quarterback almost got popped on that one, too. His blocker in front of him picked up Jeremy Rocket and was able to keep him from upending the quarterback before he threw. Official timeout. Some kind of question about
it has something to do with
knee pads.
It has something to do with his uniform or equipment. I'm not real sure what it is. I mean, it's not a penalty. It's 3rd and long here.
3rd and 9. Rolling to his left, looking back right, under pressure. Gets the ball off, completed pass, and Charlie Edwards hammers him, but he's in bounds. He completed the pass.
It's a 1st down.
1st down.
Great catch. Great catch.
Quarterback took a shot, too, as he threw the ball. As a matter of fact, he may be seeing some stars.
Ball on about the 19, Doug.
1st and 10 for the 19 for the Cubs. 5:24. They pitch it back, and he swarmed
defense.
under.
Good defense.
He came out with the ball. Casey Rogers They called him down, luckily for Leland, because Casey had the ball and was headed for the house. Marcus Moten on the carry. No gain on that play. 2nd and 10.
Clock is still running.
Under 5 and counting. Second down and 12 now. It was a loss on the play. Still in the shotgun. Garth back in. He's one. He has a man open. It's intercepted. Reggie Morgan intercepts the ball. His 3rd interception in 2 weeks.
Great position there by Reggie. Played it perfect. And once again, Doug,
Penalty marker on the play. Let's hold everything.
it's against Leland.
It's against Leland.
Now, let me make a point here. I know we've got a crosswind coming across the field, but the angle of that pass, the way the route was ran toward the corner of the end zone.
It blew it back toward the inside.
Exactly. Leland actually threw that ball into the wind a little bit, threw it into the crosswind, and it hung it up a little bit. And it allowed Reggie to get up underneath there. Now the important thing here is you got to protect the football.
And maintain possession. 4:20. Blue Devil football on their own 5 or so, it looks like. And ladies and gentlemen, anything, this wind is picked up.
Yeah, it really has. It's blowing more now than when we started.
The flag directly behind the goalpost you see is almost standing straight out. That's the gust that's blowing now. Blue Devils over the right side. And that was Casey Rogers, I believe, on the carry.
All you're trying to do here, Doug, is pick up about 2 first downs. And if any, just get out of the shadow of your own end zone. Leland, on the other hand, they've got to not only get up there and stop the play quick, but they're going to try to start tackling the football.
And they only have 1 timeout. 3:53 and counting. 2nd down and about 3. Up the middle, and it's little or no gain.
Big conversion play here. Now it's 3rd and short. If you can convert here, now we got another official timeout for some reason or another. Equipment.
Somebody's chin strap not snapped or something. All right. Now they blow it back into play. I formation in the backfield. Lost where the ball is. But
Casey kept it, and he picked up the first down, Doug. Big first down right there.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. So you're right, Lane. That is a crucial first down because now we're under 3 minutes.
And the fact that Leland only has 1 timeout is really hurting them right here. Water Valley now, they're just going to kind of take their time getting to the line. They're going to try to let as much time run off the clock before they have to run the play.
1st and 10 Blue Devils.
Boy, Leland's really stacking that line of scrimmage now.
Penalty marker on the play. As I think the give that time was to Lee Mix. 2 penalty markers on the play. One came in from the side, Judge. Illegal procedure against the Blue Devils.
I just don't understand it.
Moves the ball back. Makes it 1st and 15. I would be interested to know what specifically that is that they have been calling all night. Rogers, I believe, kept that one himself.
Well, it's really hard to pick up, Doug, who's got the ball because Leland's really stacking that line of scrimmage now. They're crowding the line of scrimmage, trying to create the turnover. He's just got a big mass of humanity up there. Clock down to 1:55 and counting now. Well, I tell you, the fact that Leland burned those 2 timeouts earlier in the half, that's really coming back to haunt them right here.
Second down now here in about 7. Blue Devils, if Blue Devils can get another first down here, Lane, we're gonna come close to locking it up. Mix on the carry with both arms wrapped around the ball.
What you like to see. Well, let's see if we can't see what the clock said, what the clock reads when the referee blows the ball in play. 1:20, and about 1:20, 1:19 was the ball blown in play. So they could actually let this thing click down to under a minute before they have to snap it.
Third down now and about 6.
Busted play there. Somebody went the wrong way. Now Leland's going to burn the last timeout here with 57.4 seconds.
Timeout, Leland. We're back. Edwards gets a foot into it, drives it, headed toward the sideline, and it goes out at about midfield. Well, it's going to be actually about the 48 of the Blue Devils.
Well, you made a good point, Doug. You really weren't worried about how good of a punt it looked like. You just wanted to, you had max protection in there, and you just tell Charlie, your punter, just catch it and kick it, catch it and kick it. Turned out to be a pretty good punt. It's going to be on about the
48-yard line.
48-yard line with 50.2 seconds. Leland is out of timeouts.
So they cannot stop the ball. The only way they can stop the clock is go out of bounds. Here's this play again. Everybody lined up on this side, and he snaps the ball, and it's intercepted by Casey Rogers.
He may go,
and Casey Rogers is going to run it. Oh! Well, he's caught from behind. Number 21 saved the touchdown, and that's about it. 30 seconds left.
And that sends the Leland folks packing there.
That one was just, Casey just saw that one coming.
Well, I think too, Doug, I think the fact that they may have tried it before and Water Valley had maybe picked that up in their tape, in the study of film.
Timeout, Blue Devils. All right, 30 seconds left to go here in this contest. Blue Devils with the ball. And very likely, I think you'll probably see Casey Rogers just take a knee.
You've got Solomon back here deep as safety. He's just going to take a knee because Leland can't stop the clock anymore.
Casey takes a snap, takes a knee, and that should run. Coming under 30 now. You still got some time left before time expires.
I don't believe Water Valley has to snap it, to tell you the truth.
I don't think they do either. The clock is not expired yet. Going down to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is it, folks. The Water Valley Blue Devils have won their first playoff game in the last 4 tries, or last 3 tries rather. We were 0-3 in the last 3 we made. We get one on the board here as we defeat the Leland Cubs 7-0.